Welcome to 5 Day with Jay. I'm your host, J.R. Murdoch. Over the past, I want to say week, 2 weeks, I've spent some time going through Feedly. If you don't know what Feedly is, it replaced the Google Feed aggregator, which allowed you to subscribe to blogs and read the blogs. Well, Feedly does essentially the same thing, just a better interface. Google Feeds went away and everything migrated over easily to Feedly. So I subscribe, as I've said on this channel before, many blogs. I spent some time going through and paring down the list. I looked at some that haven't posted in well over a year, and it's like, okay, you're obviously never coming back. Some of them haven't posted in like 5 years, and I'm like, okay. And some of them were webcomics, and they were good webcomics, and I enjoyed them, and it's sad to see them go. And I went and read, a few of the last posts they had done. Just I wonder where they went. But it's sad to see them go. I did the same thing with my YouTube subscriptions. I went through all of them. I had over 200 subscriptions. I'm sure that people are laughing, going, only 200? I went through and I did subscribe to a number of channels that similar thing, haven't posted in 3 to 5 years, and those were easy to get rid of. I looked at some that I was still subscribed to, but hadn't really been viewing their content, or when it would pop up in my notifications, and just dismiss, move past it, unsubscribe to those. So I narrowed it down to, I think I trimmed off about 70 or 80 subscriptions that I had, a good chunk. Some of them I had subscribed to were base channels that are defunct, or they're not releasing as frequently as some of the other channels that I now subscribe to. Constantly, some really good channels, Handboat Music, some really good channels out there that I really do enjoy. One day I will actually review some of these YouTube channels that I do frequently listen to, and post links and give comments about them. As long as I was doing a purge, I went through my Twitter feed. I don't tweet often. I don't read or scroll through Twitter often. I went through and removed a good number of people because I hadn't gone through there. I'd already done this on Facebook. Facebook was one of those things where I would see what somebody's posting. I don't mind if you have opposing political views from me. I've said this before. But I had many people on my Facebook feed that were just posting, let's just say it, completely insane conspiracy theories, hardcore racist content that I just could not abide by, and don't need that. I don't need that in there. I did the same thing on Twitter. It was refreshing to clear that out. And I've been slowly doing it on Facebook for some time. When I scroll across something that just strikes me as odd, and I'm like, well, wait a second. And I'll go look at an individual's feed, and you start scrolling through, and it's like, oh my God, what kind of cesspool has your life become that you need to post this? And I don't need that. I'm trying to keep things as positive around me as possible. One of the videos I watched today was the power of yet. And that's the kind of positivity I want around me. I will link to that video in the show notes, but the power of yet is, I'm not very good at YouTube yet. I'm learning. Switching things up to be more positive than negative. Oh, I don't know YouTube yet. I'm learning YouTube. I don't know Adobe After Effects well yet, but I'm learning. I'm practicing. I'm going to have fun with the Murdoch Minute tonight and throw some things in there. That's one of the biggest things that I took away from that video was never stop learning and educating yourself on any topic. Don't think that just because you've scratched the surface, you know a topic. Dig in and find out how much you don't know about a topic. Don't just assume because somebody tells you one time one thing, they're the authority on that topic. Dig in. I say this when I talk about writer advice. I used to dispense writer advice. Don't go looking for that old podcast because, God, it's not aged well. It probably has. I don't know. A lot of people did enjoy it, and I'm glad they did. I won't be dispensing with writerly advice on this video channel. But don't get information from one source, or you will end up going down an area and it might not be the right area, might not be the right direction. You might be completely blinded to everything else that's going on. Open your eyes, look around, see what's happening everywhere else. Don't just take one point of view on one topic and assume you're an expert. That's all I got to say about that. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. We'll see you again tomorrow.